The Starfires enter this contest with a record of 26-8. Rochester has advanced to the semi-state by winning their own Rochester sectional and defeating Covington High School at the regional. The Zebras enter this contest with a record of 31-5. This tournament is sponsored by the
Test 1, 2.
The state finals will be played on Saturday, November 5th. Athletics play an important part in the lives of both South Adams and Rochester. Lessons in teamwork, dedication, competition, and how to win and lose gracefully are all integral parts of their athletic programs. Good sportsmanship is the cornerstone of education. Abusive language and disorderly conduct is unacceptable and unwelcome at IHSAA events. Please be respectful of all players, coaches, officials, and fans. The IHSAA, Bremen High School, and all participating schools thank you for your cooperation and support. We will first introduce the visitors on the scoreboard, the South Adams Starfires. Number 1, Morgan Albertson. Number 2, Carolee Farlow. Number 3, Julia Grabaugh. Number 4, Emma Rushworm. Number 6, Addie Warner. Number 7, Jade Farlow. Number 8, Isabella Bailey. Number 11, Madeline Worcester. Number 12, Hannah Dahl. Number 15, Shaylin Bowman. And number 18, Shania Neal. South Adams is coached by Ashley Buckingham. And now introducing the home team on the scoreboard, the Rochester Zebras.
Here's your starting lineups for your Rochester Zebras.
Number 3, Haley Harris. Number 4, Allie Fickle. Number 5, Whitley Bartman. Number 7, Olivia Regal. Number 8, Maddie Saylor. Number 9, Corey Rao. Number 10, Grace Piper. Number 11, Olivia Smith. Number 12, Zoe Fixler. Number 13, Hannah Time. Number 16, Bethany Long. Number 18, Christina Time. And number 19, Paige Schaefer. Rochester is coached by Aaron Cashin. Officials for this match are Deborah Glass from Valparaiso and Mike Emerson, also from Valparaiso. Today's line judges are Karen Carswell from Tippecanoe and Joan Nowak from Granger. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, welcome to tonight's contest. Scott Sager here with RTC TV4, Abby Malco as well, and a couple of special guests, including Abby McCarter. Thanks for joining us from Rochester High School.
No problem.
Abby McCarter is my help tonight on commentary, and we've got Claire Dunwoody running the camera up behind us. So lots of students with the work here today, and hopefully we have a good game today.
Yeah, looking forward to a good contest. Rochester Zebras coming up off a nice win versus Covington on Tuesday night.
Rochester coming in with a record of 31-5, South Bend Adams with a record of 26-8. The two met previously in the season, but it was early on at the North Miami Tomahawk tournament. And if I am correct, Rochester won that game against South Bend Adams, but in the postseason, teams have improved and things always can be different later on. So we will see here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we want to start out by thanking our exclusive sponsor for tonight event, Shepherd Chevrolet Buick out of Rochester, available at shepherdsrochester.com. Good friends out there, Austin, Bobby, all the gang, supporting our live coverage of tonight's ball game, or of tonight's volleyball match.
Still a ball game.
Allie Bickle will be serving first for Rochester.
And here we go.
Set to Sarah Orme for South Bend Adams. The first point goes to the Rochester Zebras as Orme's hit is out of bounds. Excuse me. Okay. And set out to Morgan Alberson, blocked by the Zebras. Hannah Town with a tip over the net. Great tip by Hannah Town.
Gonna make score 2-0 Zebras.
Abby's doing scores and servers.
Hey, you okay? Scores and sets.
And nice cover tip up and set over the net, but Hannah Town returns it deep to the backcourt. And that's Alberson with a solid hit from South Adams, and that puts them on the board. And good attack by Hannah Town. Deep hit to the backcourt and off the hands of the libero. Can't hear her. We can't hear her. And set to the outside hitter. That's number 11, Madeline Worster. And another point for South Adams. And another great hit by Hannah Town. And set to middle hitter number 11, Madeline Worster. That makes the score 4-3.
Now serving for South Adams is number 18, Shania Neal.
And long set by Hannah Town to her sister cross court. Good approach by South Adams getting that tip over the net, but more impressive set to Christina Town, just didn't work that time. And a midcourt set over the net by Hannah Town, knowing she was far back to attack. And that's a good kill by Madeline Worster for South Adams.
South Adams will now take the lead. It's 5-4. Serving again for South Adams is Shania Neal.
And good hard serve over the net. Grace Pfeiffer with a back set. And that's a point for South Adams as a Rochester player commits an error. And nice pass and good short set to Maddie Sailors. I don't know about you, Abby. You've seen a lot of these volleyball games. I just love to see Maddie Sailors approaching the net because that's a very hard kill to dig for the other team.
Yeah, Maddie Sailors is a tremendous athlete in all of her sports, especially volleyball.
And set up, great dig by Corey Rao with the kill from Addie Wayner, and another good dig. The crowd is to their feet. Corey Rao has the libero jersey on for a reason because she had two tremendous digs. And the second dig, Abby, was so hard
that was incredible.
It went over the net and scored a point because South Adams did not think that she was going to be able to dig that up. That was awesome.
Hannah Town with the serve. The score is now 6-6.
And impressive block by South Adams. That was the pair of Addie Wayner and Madeline Worster.
Back to serve for South Adams is Madeline Worster, number 11.
And Rochester commits an error, the referee calling a 2-hit. And nice serve by Worster, and Maddie Sailors with the attack. Perfectly placed. She even hit it at the South Adams player, Abby, and it was so powerful that she couldn't get to it.
Now back to serve for Rochester is Christina Town. Rochester's trailing 1 point, 7-8.
And powerful hit by Addie Wayner. Maddie Sailors with a block attempt, but very powerful kill got between the net and Sailors.
Now to serve for South Adams is number 2, Carolee Farlow.
An interesting attack by her serve there in the far corner. Farlow will keep her serve. And Bickle goes up for the kill, gets it tipped back over, and Rao is able to dig it up with a backcourt hit by Hannah Town for a point. Gives the Zebras a little momentum as Regal will sub in.
Corey Rao back to serve. The Zebras are trailing 2 as it's 10-8, South Adams.
And nice dig over there by South Bend Adams. And Zebras will call a timeout. The score is 11-8. We'll be right back.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hi, I am PGA Tour player and Rochester native Chris Smith. The best drive I ever made was right here to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Shepherd's has an unbeatable selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced to fit your budget. Shepherd's professional sales staff was able to find me the car I wanted at a price I could afford. Stop out to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. You will drive away happy.
And we return from this timeout as Addie Warner gets the serve over the net for South Adams. And great dump over the net by Grace Pfeiffer.
The score is now 11-9, South Adams. Serving for Rochester is Allie Bickle.
And outside hitter Alberson will be set up for South Adams. And nice roll shot by Hannah Town, which is recovered. And some miscommunication by South Adams, and a short set will give the point to Zebras. Bickle keeping her serve. Nice serve by Bickle. Set to Alberson on the outside, and tipped block doesn't allow for Zebras to dig that ball up. One of the closer games I've seen here recently, Abby, is each team has had the lead and trailed by just a few, but close overall.
Yeah, it's really close. Now serving for South Adams, number 3, Julia Garbaugh.
Short serve over the net. Hannahtown with the roll shot, not able to get it over the net. And Garbaugh will keep the serve. And great dig by Corey Rao, and Hannahtown with a huge point. I wondered when that was coming, Abby, after she misses that roll shot. She's not one to really accept the fact that the other team gets a point due to her, so she's definitely going to make that up anytime she can.
Right.
And great serve by Grace Pfeiffer. Grace gonna have a big day today. Before this game started, she was only 5 assists away from breaking Courtney Felke's assist record with, I think, 2,180. Don't quote me on that, but definitely a high number like that. And Grace is only a junior breaking that record.
Right. So I'm guessing she's broken it by now.
I'm pretty sure we're close. And that was an impressive block. I don't know if you could do that again if you tried. The kill bounced so hard off the blocker's hands that it fell just perfectly in the back corner for the Zebras.
It's a tied game now. Both teams have 13 points.
And great block by the team of Town and Regal, giving the Zebras some momentum here. If Pfeiffer can keep her serve going, Zebras can get themselves a steady lead.
I remember in middle school, I played volleyball, and whenever Grace served, you could always count on her for about 5 or 6 points.
Yes.
Her serves are always so good.
Absolutely, and because you know you have a solid server behind you, you want to work for that point to keep her those serves. So Alberson to serve for South Adams. And Corey Rao kind of taking a beating tonight as a libero and doing a good job for the Zebras. Just a couple miscommunication cues here, I think, whether it's been long sets or the Zebras being more spread out than they have been recently, but score is 15-14, Zebras trailing by 1. And great attack by Hannahtown. That will bring Maddie Sailors to sub in for Corey Rao.
And again, that'll make the score tied at 15. Serving for Rochester is Olivia Regal.
And set to number 2 for the tip. That was Farlow from Adams. And great block by Hannahtown and Maddie Sailors. That puts the kill by Madeline Worster back to the South Adams side. And a free ball has to be forced over the net by South Adams, and Christina Towns' attack gets blocked back, but not Hannahtown's, as South Adams had to dig that ball so hard that it actually hit the ceiling, and that forces South Adams to call a timeout. The score is 17-15. Rochester has now taken the lead. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Rochester native and PGA Tour player Chris Smith. Today I'm here at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they have hundreds of vehicles to choose from every single day. Like this Equinox, or this Impala. How about this all-new Chevy Colorado, or this Chevrolet Malibu? How about this 2015 Buick Enclave? Stop in and see my friends at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It's the best drive I ever made.
And we are back from the South Adams timeout. I'd like to thank Shepherd Chevrolet as our exclusive sponsor for the game today. 17-15, Rochester in the lead. Regal gets her serve over the net after the timeout. South Adams forced to have a free ball over the net. Grace Pfeiffer will set a short set to Maddie Sailors, and South Adams commits an error. I think they were under the net, Abby. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I think it was number 7.
Either way, point for Rochester. Regal with another serve. As a freshman, her and Town are doing a fabulous job. And short serve gives the ball back to South Adams. Maybe I shouldn't say that next time I jinxed it.
Now serving for South Adams, number 18, Shania Neal.
And she has a screaming serve over the net, and Hannah Town has a long ball that goes just out of bounds. Neal will keep her serve. And still in the first set here, score is 18-17. Town goes up for the kill, might go back over the net. Rao with a very, very smart dig there, knowing that South Adams might try and return. And a tough kill to block by Worcester. Zebra's not able to keep that point, but still playing very scrappy as Rao has been all over the place.
The score is tied at 18 now.
And short set to Maddie Saylor. Perfectly placed ball, tips off the blocker's hands and falls through for a point. In the gymnasium here, we've got the other two teams with Wapahani and Hammond Bishop Knoll coming to potentially scout the team that they will be playing tonight. And the ball falls through the setter's hands of South Adams. Seems like a pretty long game here, Abby. We've had a lot of back and forth, and the score has been pretty close throughout.
I know, it might be one of Rochester's longer games this year.
I think so too. And long serve by Hannah Town will put the score 20-19. Zebras in the lead.
Back to serve for South Adams is number 11, Madeline Worcester. She is tall.
She is very tall, which makes her very good as an outside hitter.
She's 6'2". Holy cow.
What's weird about those, yeah, 6'2", that's very impressive for a female, especially in high school. Those last two were probably the big hitters for each team, and they both served out of bounds. So that is not something you see every day. Rochester able to rebound with Pfeiffer and Sailors getting that block. And that will be another timeout. The score, Abby?
It's 22-19.
We will be right back.
There it is. Do you know what you're looking for in your engine? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick can handle all of your service needs. They know what to look for and how to fix it, keeping you safe on the road. From simple oil changes to complete engine rebuilds, Shepherd's is the only place for me. Stop out at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It is the best drive I ever made.
And we're back after this timeout, and Abby, we kind of had a little giggle as the South Adams team started chanting black and gold. Therefore, the Rochester student section started chanting black and gold. As we ran into this at Covington last Tuesday, we had the exact same color. So pretty funny as both teams are kind of cheering for each other. That was Christina Town with the first serve. Good scrappy play by South Adams to get that free ball back over the net. And Maddie Sailors with a good tip, but South Adams playing scrappy as well. A good volley here, and Hannah Town will put it away like she usually does, and that gives a point for the Zebras. It puts them 2 away from taking this first set.
I think this is the biggest lead Rochester or any team has had this game.
I would agree. And set to number 6. That was Wayner that hits, I thought was out of bounds, but it seemed to have tipped off a Zebra.
And number 2 serving for South Adams, Carolee Farlow.
And good roll shot by Hannah Town. And that's Wayner with a kill that goes off the hands of the Zebras, giving South Bend Adams a little more life and putting them only 2 points down from the Zebras. serve. That one's hard to defend, Abby, when it tips right off of the net.
Yeah, and it was so hard, and it didn't even look like it was going to come over, and then right at the last second.
Absolutely. That forces Rochester into a timeout. They are up by 1. We'll be back.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And we're back after the Rochester timeout. Once again, we'd like to thank Shepherd Chevrolet, our exclusive sponsor for the game. Abby, score update.
Rochester still has a 1-point lead, 23-22.
And 23-22, getting close to match point here. And terrific read by the back row players with Bickle and Rao. Abby, if that point falls in, that's huge and ties up the game. But the fact that they just gave themselves a 2-point lead, being 1 point away from the match, was a very smart play.
Yeah. Either way, that's a huge point on both sides.
I would agree. And free ball over, and Grace Piper dumps it over for the game point. That is perfect. Dumped it over in no man's land as the Zebras take set number 1. We will switch sides here. The first set was a score of 25-22. We'll be back for set number 2.
Hi, I am PGA Tour player and Rochester native Chris Smith. The best drive I ever made was right here to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Shepherd's has an unbeatable selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced to fit your budget. Shepherd's professional sales staff was able to find me the car I wanted at a price I could afford. Stop out to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. You will drive away happy.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There it is. Do you know what you're looking for in your engine? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick can handle all of your service needs. They know what to look for and how to fix it, keeping you safe on the road. From simple oil changes to complete engine rebuilds, Shepherd's is the only place for me. Stop out at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It is the best drive I ever made.
And we are back after set number 1. Abby Malco. Beside me is Abby McCarter, and up on the camera is Claire Dunwoody. Scott Sager to my right, working all of the crazy technical gear that Abby and I don't know how to do. So Abby, exciting first game here. Score was 25-22, and like you said, towards the end when Rochester had a few points of a lead, that was the biggest lead we had seen all game. So if each team, you know, you'd like to know what they're talking about in each of their huddles, what do you think Rochester needs to do in order to clinch the second set?
I think the big thing for Rochester is to keep the momentum going and just keep doing what they were doing, because I think that's probably one of the best games Rochester, at least defensively, has played all year.
I think so. And like we said, Corey Rao, I talked to my sister on Tuesday, you know, we're softball girls, so we like to compare Corey to the catcher, the person who's behind the plate, always getting beat up, but doesn't always get the credit by being the shining star on the front row hitting. So Corey Rao doing a really good job as a libero, because she had 2 digs in a row that probably nobody should have had, and one fell in for a point. So that was fun to watch. And I think South Adams did a good job on their side staying on the attack, but there were so many momentum swings that set that it'll be a very interesting set number 2.
Yeah. South Adams definitely has height to their advantage too. They're
Yes.
definitely a really tall team.
When
I mean, so is Rochester, but
But when you mentioned Worcester, who is 6'2", that's getting close to some of our dad's heights, and
that's taller than my dad.
yeah, and that's not my height by any means. So we are coming into set number 2 as South Adams has the serve.
Morgan Albertson. Oh, that's not Morgan Albertson. Number 3, Julia Grava back for South Adams.
And the long serve, good momentum for Rochester to start off with a point that they just had to watch go out of bounds. And like you said, trusty server coming up, Grace Pfeiffer for Rochester. And free ball over the net. South Adams not going to like starting out with a free ball. And Hannah Town with a monstrous kill that puts the South Adams defender into the splits. Pfeiffer will keep her serve. And a second free ball that Abby doesn't even make it over the net. If you're a coach, you don't want a free ball because you want to keep attacking, but the fact that it didn't get over the net, not a good sign for South Adams.
Right.
And Rochester coming out quick and early. Man, you could probably help Coach Cashin down there when you called it with the momentum and energy that Rochester needs to bring. They are bringing it. South Adams not even on the board yet. And that's Worcester with her first kill.
If you see when Grace Pfeiffer serves, she serves a floater, so the ball doesn't move, and that makes it really hard to read for the passer.
Yes, you're exactly right. So instead of a screaming serve over the net, hers kind of spins like a knuckleball in baseball, if you will, and that makes it very hard to defend, like you said. So through the blocker's hands, South Adams able to get their first point. And that was Farlow for South Adams, and good tip by Hannah Town. Had a little more steam on it than I think the South Adams defender expected because it went right through her hands.
Rochester now with a 5-1 lead. Olivia Regal to serve for Rochester, the freshman.
And Regal serving a little different with more velocity on her serve. And that puts a kill on the board for Worcester, and Bickle not able to get that as it was deep in the backcourt. Score is 5-2.
Now number 18, Shania Neal serving for South Adams.
And Regal with a great cross-court kill. Little miscommunication by South Adams, but good point. Excuse me, that was not Regal, that was Christina Town. And sister Hannah Town back to serve. And that was Carolee Farlow, and great dig by Hannah Town. Set over to Allie Bickle, and just a little too much goes out of bounds.
Paige Schaefer's coming in for the Rochester Zebras.
Worcester will serve for South Adams. Tough serve to handle. Off the net, good scrappy play by Zebras, just not able to get it back over the net. Good read by Rao in Town in the back row. I was always told, Abby, if the ball was going over your head in the back row to let it go and it would be out of bounds. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, just catching up on my
I played volleyball for 3 years, but I wasn't very good, so I may not be the person to ask.
Well, you've got more than me. I've got 1 year under my belt, so. Zebras have a pretty steady lead here. Score is 8-4.
Christina Town serving for Rochester.
And rule applies for South Adams as well, as Town's serve is long. And Carolee Farlow with a different approach for her serve. And good pickup by Rao in the back row. And great block by Sailors, but put back by South Adams, and a set up to Sailors again. And this hit too many heads on the way down. If you watched Abby, it hit the tallest girl, then the shortest girl, and it went down the line. So that's a point for the Zebras. The score is
9-5 Rochester.
And Rao back with the serve. Screamer right over the net. And this is Warner up for the kill. Rochester not able to dig it up. And Jade Farlow will sub in for Neal, the libero, on South Adams side. South Adams Starfires. Is that right, Abby?
I think so.
Zebras and Starfires. Regal goes up for the kill, and that was right on the line. Point for the Zebras. Nothing you can do about that on defense. That was just a perfectly placed attack. We have the She's a Freshman chance for our two very good freshman players, Christina Town and Regal. And Alberson with a attack, but put back by Regal. This will force South Adams to their first timeout. Score is 11-6, Zebras in the lead. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Rochester native and PGA Tour player Chris Smith. Today I'm here at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they have hundreds of vehicles to choose from every single day. Like this Equinox, or this Impala. How about this all-new Chevy Colorado, or this Chevrolet Malibu? How about this 2015 Buick Enclave? Stop in and see my friends at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It's the best drive I ever made.
And we're back after the South Adams timeout. We'd like to thank Shepherd Chevrolet, our exclusive sponsor for this semi-state match. We are in set number 2 after the Rochester Zebras took set number 1 by only a few points. Score is 11-6 in the second set. Zebras in the lead.
Allie Bickle back to serve for Rochester.
And Alberson set up a little late, has to tip it over the net. This will be a cross-court set to Hannahtown. Not able to be blocked by South Adams, and Bickle keeps her serve. So the winner of this game will play the winner of game 2, which is between Wapahani and Hammond Bishop Knoll. And Worcester goes up for the kill. Excuse me, that was Jade Farlow, blocked back by the Zebras.
Score now 13-6. Allie keeps her serve.
And Alberson, Bickle chasing the ball. Zebras gonna have to free ball back over the net.
Allie's another one back in middle school. She was our first server because she was our setter. And we'd always get like the first 6 points of a match.
Absolutely, so good class between her and Grace Pfeiffer. And like you said, once again, keeping that serve. Zebras leading by a score of 14-6 in set number 2. Keeping the momentum and not letting up so far like you suggested. Roll shot by South Adams, picked up by Rao, and Town set up for a dump over the net. This is Alberson with a kill, picked up by Rao. And good dump by Grace Pfeiffer. Another dump. Nice return attempt by Hannahtown, but just a little far out of bounds. This will bring Madeline Worcester into the game for South Adams.
Serving for South Adams, number 3, Julia Grabal.
14-7 here at Bremen High School.
Biggest lead of the game.
And that adds to it, as well as the serve goes into the net by Graball. And what do you know? Bickle and Pfeiffer serving back-to-back. Pretty good call by Coach Cashin. And Alberson with the kill attempt out of bounds. Very good read this second game by the Zebras. a little more consistent play, I think. You wonder if there was a couple of semi-state jitters that first set here. And Worcester with a kill. Great dig by Allie Bickle. Hannah returns with a monstrous kill, and that puts the Zebras up by 10 points. South Adams with another timeout, 17-7. We'll be back.
Hi, I am PGA Tour player and Rochester native Chris Smith. The best drive I ever made was right here to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Shepherd's has an unbeatable selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced to fit your budget. Shepherd's professional sales staff was able to find me the car I wanted at a price I could afford. Stop out to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. You will drive away happy.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And we're back after the South Adams timeout. Abby Malco with Abby McCarter and Claire Dunwoody on camera. The first point after the timeout goes to South Adams, as we had kind of a unconventional volley back and forth, everyone trying to keep the ball off the floor.
Serving for Southwood, number 1, Morgan Alberson.
Not for long as the ball goes into the net. Zebras up by 10, 18-8.
Maddie Sailors will come in for libero Corey Rao to play the front row.
And Regal with a screaming serve over the net. Set up Worcester and blocked with a free ball back returned by Southwood. Set to Hannahtown, which is blocked out of bounds. That's hard to defend, Abby. When a kill is coming that hard, you can try and block it, but when it goes out of bounds, not much you can do.
Right. Serving Olivia Regal for Rochester.
And Farlow set for South Adams. Town set for the Zebras. Great thinking by Maddie Sailors. The block comes back into Sailors' hands and dumps it right back over the net.
Olivia Regal, keeper serve.
And serve out to Farlow. Great dig by Pfeiffer. And a roll shot to the backcourt. Great smart move by Hannahtown. I talked to my sister on Tuesday at the game. It's almost like she has a different set of eyes when she gets up above the net. She can see the whole floor.
Right.
Abby McCarter with me here, a Rochester High School student. Also on camera is Claire Dunwoody, and lots of great coverage between RHS and RTC TV, having students film all of the events this fall. And point for the Zebras as Town's block gets blocked into the net, slides down the net, and not able to be retrieved by South Adams. Regal's serve is good, and Worcester with one of her first kills of the night. I figured that would be coming soon. We saw a lot of that in set number 1. Wasn't able to get in a rhythm so far in set number 2. Score is 22-9, Zebras in the lead.
Serving for South Adams, number 18, Cheney Neal.
And good attempt by Zebras to keep it from going over the net, but called as
a carry.
A carry, good, that's what you're here for. Thank you. And set up to Christina Town, who tips it over to Sailors, who tips it over. And Worcester with a roll shot. That was almost a fake out. Did you see she lifted her left hand and went with her right, or whichever way that went, but falls in for South Adams as Zebra's not able to read that. Neal keeps her serve. And net violation by Farlow for South Adams.
Hannah Town back to serve for Rochester. Score is now 23-11. Rochester's 2 points away from taking the second game.
And another net violation by South Adams gives Rochester their next point. They are now in match point. 24-11, Zebras in the lead.
Game point for Rochester. Hannah Town will serve again.
And Worcester comes up for a kill, blocked by Sailors, all by herself. Farlow comes up for the kill, blocked by the duo, but falls through for a point for South Adams. Not willing to give up yet, down by 12, but South Adams still scrappy.
Number 11, Madeline Worcester, the 6'2" South Adams players.
Yes,
serving.
I like how you add that 6'2".
Yeah.
She's
so
tall. And great kill coming from Addie Wayner. Haven't seen much from her tonight. Zebras are going to take a quick timeout here. 24-13, Zebras in the lead.
There it is. Do you know what you're looking for in your engine? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick can handle all of your service needs. They know what to look for and how to fix it, keeping you safe on the road. From simple oil changes to complete engine rebuilds, Shepherd's is the only place for me. Stop out at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It is the best drive I ever made.
And we're back after the Rochester timeout. Score is 24-13, Rochester in the lead. South Adams with the serve as Worcester, the very tall hitter for South Adams, has the serve. And tip over the net by South Adams. Free ball over by Sailors. And that is the second kill in a row by Addie Wayner. Her first 2 kills were late in this second set. Rochester needing to shut her down and find a way to get 1 more point. They are up by 10. They won the first set. And Sailor set up for a powerful tip over the net. That is game point. Set number 2 goes to the Zebras, who are up by 2 sets, heading into set number 3. We will switch sides here and be right back.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hi, I am PGA Tour player and Rochester native Chris Smith. The best drive I ever made was right here to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Shepherd's has an unbeatable selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced to fit your budget. Shepherd's professional sales staff was able to find me the car I wanted at a price I could afford. Stop out to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. You will drive away happy.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There it is. Do you know what you're looking for in your engine? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick can handle all of your service needs. They know what to look for and how to fix it, keeping you safe on the road. From simple oil changes to complete engine rebuilds, Shepherd's is the only place for me. Stop out at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It is the best drive I ever made.
Hi, I'm Rochester.
And we are back for set number 3 at Bremen High School. We'd like to thank Shepherd Chevrolet, our exclusive sponsor for this semi-state game number 1. Abby Malco here with Scott Sager, Abby McCarter, my technically left-hand girl, not right-hand man, and Claire Dunwoody, who is up on the camera for us. Students that work with us, lots of students from Rochester working with us this fall as our partnership with the schools. Thanking RHS, Argus, Caston, Tippecanoe Valley, the schools we work with, who make it possible to cover every single game that we can absolutely think of. So a really good fall coverage this year. We'd like to thank all those schools. And Abby, what do you got for us in set number 3? Rochester's up by 2. South Adams needs to play great to stay alive. Rochester does not want that to happen. What's your game plan?
Right. In the last game, it was 24 to 14, and some people would have said, "Oh, it's fine if South Adams gets a few more points until Rochester finishes it off with the 1 point they needed."
Yep.
But really, you don't want to give South Adams too much momentum going into this last game, so that Rochester can finish it off.
I agree. As Bickle starts with that serve, we got a good volley going back and forth. And first point goes to South Adams, knowing that they don't have much to lose here. They've got to play full throttle, and like you said, Rochester, if they want to take set number 3 in a row, they've got to keep the hammer down as well. So score is 1-0, South Adams.
Serving for South Adams, number 3, Julia Graball.
And Town is set up. What you don't see very often is Hannah Town's kill being blocked back onto her side. And that will be point number 2 for South Adams. A little more aggressive play from them coming out of the set. Floating serve. And backcourt kill by Allie Bickle. Alberson set up, blocked by the pair of Pfeiffer and Regal. And Worcester, nice smart play by Worcester to tip over the net. Zebras have got to get themselves on the board here as the score is 3-0. Pretty similar to how the last set started, but in Rochester's favor.
When you're 6'2", it might be a little bit easier to see over the net.
I think so too. If you gave me a ladder, I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
And great kill, but better dig by South Adams and tip. Hannahtown with a kill to put it away. Hard to explain all that was going on there back and forth, but Zebras get themselves on the board, and Grace Pfeiffer back to serve, which is always a good sign for Rochester. And Worcester with the attack. Rao not sure if it would be in or out of bounds. That's a tough dig either way.
Serving for South Adams, number 1, Morgan Alberson. Yeah, when it's hit that hard, it's kind of all or nothing. You either got to go for it or you don't. And
yep.
If it's that close.
And Hannahtown gives a mirrored kill on the cross court, just like Worcester's point before. So good answer back by Rochester.
Olivia Regal now serving for Rochester, trailing 2-4.
And Worcester set up with a good block by Sailors. Abby, I think South Adams' coach saw the same thing that we did. Worcester was pretty quiet in that second set, and Zebras were able to take that pretty handily. So having her come alive, Zebras are going to need to defend her if they want set number 3. And Alberson with the attack over the net. And Bickle coming up too hard to get that. And Corey Rao will sub in for Regal.
Number 18, Shania Neal serving for South Adams.
And Sailors to set up her teammate and team hitter, Town, with the kill, who will go back to serve.
Hannah Town serving for Rochester as they trail 1 point, 5-4.
And Worcester coming in for the kill off the blocking hands of Sailors, out of bounds.
Madeline Worcester serving for South Adams, not Southwood.
We played him before, it counts.
Yeah.
And middle hitter Wayner comes up with a kill unassisted over the net. Rochester tries to scramble, not able to. Worcester keeps her serve. Good dig by Corey Rao to set up Sailors with the tip. And South Adams returns with their own tip, getting a little rallying momentum. Therefore, Zebras will call a timeout, trailing by 4. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Rochester native and PGA Tour player Chris Smith. Today I'm here at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they have hundreds of vehicles to choose from every single day. Like this Equinox, or this Impala. How about this all-new Chevy Colorado, or this Chevrolet Malibu? How about this 2015 Buick Enclave? Stop in and see my friends at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It's the best drive I ever made.
And we're back after the Rochester timeout. Zebras trailing 8-4 here in this third set. Very tough to take a sweep, Abby, in a semi-state game with 3 sets in a row. Zebras can do it, but they're going to have to stop the momentum of the South Adams Fire Stars and get a little bit themselves.
Yeah, when playing at such a high level, it's almost inevitable that one team will at least win one, kind of like the World Series.
Yes.
It's pretty unlikely that one team in baseball at least will sweep a series, especially in the playoffs or World Series. So.
Absolutely. Good point there by Maddie Sailors. Gives Christina Town the serve as Wayner is set up, and she's done very well. Her and Worcester pretty quiet that second set, have come alive in this third set, getting some crucial points for South Adams. Rochester going to have to be a little tighter on their blocks in order to stop them.
Number 2, Carly Farlow serving for South Adams. I'm not sure if it's Carly or Carly.
We can say both, that's fine.
All right, yeah, I'll switch on and off.
And good volley here with some powerful digs and nice tip over the net by Sailors. That will put Alberson for the kill attempt, but good block by the Zebras. And Regal comes in.
Corey Rao serving.
And a little unorthodox kill attempt there by Wayner, doing all she could, not able to get it over the net.
Rochester starts to come back a little bit, 9-7, only trailing 2 now.
And Wayner goes up for another kill off the blocking hands of Regal. And she will get to serve herself. And big error there by Wayner. Every little point in this match and from here on out is going to count, Abby. So trying to keep those errors at a minimum.
So now Allie Bickle will serve for Rochester.
And Alberson goes up for the attack. Hannah Town, and not able to be retrieved, by South Adams. Bickle keeps her serve. And Farlow up for the kill, blocked but retrieved. And another block. Pfeiffer trying to scramble, not able to. Point for South Adams. And Worcester back in the game for South Adams.
Number 3, Julia Grabaugh serving for South Adams. While Rochester just trails 2 points, 11-9 here in game 3.
And Tough pass by the Zebras. Zebras leading 2 sets here after taking set number 1 and set number 2. We are currently in set number 3 for those of you just tuning in. Good pass by Bickle, set up for Hannah Town. South Adams can't dig that ball up, and Pfeiffer will go back to serve. And Worcester for the roll shot. Great pickup by Pfeiffer and set over the net. Worcester comes back, almost taking out the photographer, but Grace Pfeiffer not able to dig that ball. Point for South Adams. Alverson to serve. And great hit by Hannah. Puts the Zebras a little bit closer, down by 2 points here.
Olivia Regal will be back to serve for Rochester.
And Worcester set up for the tip, which is rejected by Town and Sailors. Very good job, Rochester upping their blocking game here in this 3rd set. And tough ball to handle, set over the net by South Adams. And great kill by Maddie Sailors, great dig by South Adams. And a good volley here. Hannah Town tries to put it away, been blocked by Maddie Sailors. Fabulous tip over the net in no man's land. Good working together, great teamwork by the Zebras. And Worcester for the roll shot. Hannah dumps it back over. Worcester set up again as the lefty hitter. Blocked out of bounds. So Addie Weiner will sub in for South Adams as the libero. Neal goes back to serve. 14-13. Zebras trailing by 1. And great job by Hannah. Tough set there, getting the ball over the net. And tip over, not able to be picked up by the Zebras. Neal will keep her serve. Serve into the net.
As you may notice, the points are they're either leading. Each team is either leading or trailing by only 1 or 2 points, and I think you do have to win by 2 points.
Yes, you are correct. So we could go all the way up to like 1 million as
Right.
long as no team is ahead by more than 2. Correct?
I think so.
That's
it
a lot
might
of
take
points.
a while.
I'm gonna get hungry if that happens.
Right.
And poor communication by South Adams on that serve.
I'm not sure if she didn't mean to touch it or if
I think she tried to go for it, decided it would be out of bounds, and by that decision, it was a little too late. So Town keeps the serve.
tied at 15 now.
And set up to Weiner. Great dig by Corey Rao. Hit from the backcourt, blocked over, tipped over, and they're gonna say Sailors was in the net.
I think they're gonna say they hit it 4 times. I think they think that the South Adams girl didn't touch it. Maybe, I think
that was the call.
It may have looked like South Adams had blocked it, but I just say she didn't.
And great kill by Maddie Sailors, getting that point back, coming across court. Is that what you would call that? Either way, it bounced off of South Adams and hit the back wall, so impressive to me. And free ball over by South Adams. Sailors set up, and an almost perfectly placed tip over the net, but just a little bit out of bounds. This is Carolee Farlow for the serve. And tough ball to read for Corey Rao. Not sure if she should set the ball or dig the ball. 18-16, South Adams up by 2. And monstrous hit over there by Sailors. Great job getting her team within 1 point as Corey Rao wants to make up some ground here with her serves.
It's rare for us to see the Zebras behind.
Yes, I would agree with you. Last couple games Abby and I were talking about, when you get to this level in semi-state, there's going to be a couple games where the Zebras may not be able to sweep all the way through. So how do they play when they are down is going to be just as important as how they play when they're ahead. And great read by Regal. Her kill gets blocked, but it's blocked out of bounds. Very smart play not to try and lunge for that. Zebras again are down by 1. Your trusty classmate here for the serve, right, Abby?
You're right.
And good attempt by South Adams, just couldn't get it over the net between the antenna. I learned that those are called antenna and not stick things. If you listen to the previous game, that was the only thing I could come up with. So I call them foul poles in my sport, so not the same. Alberson with a shoot set over. Hannah returns with a shoot set. Alberson comes up for the kill, but it's blocked. Out of bounds. Point for South Adams. Worcester comes in. Not a good sign for the Zebras. Zebras trailing by 1. Score is 20-19. And grab ball with the serve. Great dig there by Rao. And Hannahtown puts the Zebras back to a tie game.
Grace Piper serving for Rochester.
And Worcester up for the kill. Great read by Zebras. Abby, the score is 21-20 here. Every point matters.
I think that's Rochester's first lead of the game, so that's really huge getting that right at the end, towards the end of it.
Huge momentum boost, and like you said, we've got one of the best servers on the team as Piper's going to set up town with a monstrous kill. Zebras had a little bit of electricity here as the fans are on their feet, ready to go. Score is 22-20. South Adams will take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Hi, I am PGA Tour player and Rochester native Chris Smith. The best drive I ever made was right here to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Shepherd's has an unbeatable selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced to fit your budget. Shepherd's professional sales staff was able to find me the car I wanted at a price I could afford. Stop out to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. You will drive away happy.
And we're back after the timeout, thanking Shepherd Chevrolet, our exclusive sponsor of the game. Abby McCarter and Claire Dunwoody here with me as a student help for this game. Zebras are up by now 3 points with a very exciting point block over the net. South Adams tried to return it and not able to. So Grace Piper here, having broken the assist record by Courtney Felke from a few years ago. Zebras 23-22. Poor communication there by Zebras, both trying to go for the ball. Good aggressive play, just missed communication there. 23-21. Zebras in the lead for one of the first times, Abby.
Right, and if Rochester is just 2 points away, now 1 point away, from earning themselves a semi-state final spot tonight at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely, fans are on their feet. We'll probably be yelling for this last few points here as Regal, the freshman, has a chance to put this game away with her serves. Ball goes out of bounds as Wayner subs back into the game. 24-22. Zebras up. Neal with the serve for South Adams. And that is the game point. Serve goes out of bounds for Neal. Zebras take this match 3 sets in a row. The final with a score of 25-22. Grace Pfeiffer breaking the assist record. She will be presented with a game ball here shortly. So very exciting here, Abby. Not a semi-state championship, but a semi-state berth to the final game. And they will be playing, Rochester will either be playing Hammond Bishop Knoll or the Wapahani Raiders. So we'd like to congratulate South Adams on a good season and Rochester Zebras on a very good win here at Bremen High School in the semi-state game number 1.
Again, Rochester will play at 6 o'clock, probably against Wapahani.
That's your
is my guess. Because Wapahani is who they lost to last year, but
and Wapahani won state last year.
I think
correct?
They did 2A state, yeah. So it'll still be a really close game.
Well, I want to thank our ladies here. We had Claire Denwoody up on camera from RHS. We had Abby McCarter from RHS on our audio with Abby McCarter, or with Abby Malco.
That's
Too
all
many
right.
Abbies.
I know. We spelled the same too. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
did.
Well,
IE.
Yes, all day.
well, proud of you guys. Great job today. We're going to be back tonight, 6 o'clock for the live coverage. You can tune in on the web or on TV. Want to make sure that we thank Shepherd Chevrolet Buick right here in Rochester. Good people out there. Sponsored us so that we can come up here tonight and provide you this live coverage, and again tonight's live coverage. So we appreciate everything there. I'll turn it back over to Abby, and we'll have some conversations here in a moment.
There it is. Do you know what you're looking for in your engine? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick can handle all of your service needs. They know what to look for and how to fix it, keeping you safe on the road. From simple oil changes to complete engine rebuilds, Shepherd's is the only place for me. Stop out at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It is the best drive I ever made. Hi, I'm Rochester native and PGA Tour player Chris Smith. Today I'm here at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they have hundreds of vehicles to choose from every single day. Like this Equinox, or this Impala. How about this all-new Chevy Colorado, or this Chevrolet Malibu? How about this 2015 Buick Enclave? Stop in and see my friends at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It's the best drive I ever made.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hi, I am PGA Tour player and Rochester native Chris Smith. The best drive I ever made was right here to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Shepherd's has an unbeatable selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced to fit your budget. Shepherd's professional sales staff was able to find me the car I wanted at a price I could afford. Stop out to Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. You will drive away happy.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There it is. Do you know what you're looking for in your engine? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick can handle all of your service needs. They know what to look for and how to fix it, keeping you safe on the road. From simple oil changes to complete engine rebuilds, Shepherd's is the only place for me. Stop out at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It is the best drive I ever made. Hi, I'm Rochester native and PGA Tour player Chris Smith. Today I'm here at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they have hundreds of vehicles to choose from every single day. Like this Equinox, or this Impala. How about this all-new Chevy Colorado, or this Chevrolet Malibu? How about this 2015 Buick Enclave? Stop in and see my friends at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. It's the best drive I ever made.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And we are back here after the Rochester Zebras have won the first game of semi-state here at Bremen against South Adams.
Are y'all ready? Let's make some more tonight. Got anything to say, Grace?
This is awesome.
I know, I am so stinking proud of you, and you did such a nice job. I know we had a couple of calls there that you weren't happy with, but you stuck with it and hung in there, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Wendy.
So congratulations to Grace Pfeiffer for getting the all-time assist record. She has broken this record set by Courtney Felke. Grace, just a junior, receives the gold volleyball from Coach Cashin here in the first game of semi-state. Very excited to see Grace in the years coming, and hopefully a little more this season here, as we will be in the final game of semi-state tonight against either Bishop Knoll or Hammond Bishop Knoll or Wapahani. We'll be back at Bremen High School tonight at 6 o'clock. This is Abby Malco, Abby McCarter, Scott Sager, and Claire Dunwoody with the RTC TV